Today I'm going to show you how to make a Bubbalooba pocket nappy. This nappy should take you 1 hour to make. You will need your fabric cut from the pattern. I've used a minky PUL and suede cloth. You will also need 8mm elastic and snaps. To start with, you're going to put together the minky and PUL. Face together the right side of the minky with the matte side of the PUL and sew along the top, leaving about a 1cm hem. We're then going to turn this the right way out, so you'll be sewing along the right side of the minky, back along the top, and create another 1cm hem. Just neaten it all up. And then you should have something that looks a bit like this. Next, you're going to need a ruler and a marker, and you're going to mark the snap positions. I place my snaps 1.5 inches apart. You can of course use your own measurements, but I found this works best for me. And this is where you're going to snap the sockets. So using your snap press, just snap in those sockets. Now we've got all the sockets snapped in. Next, we're going to sew the gussets into the suede cloth or other inner fabric that you might be using. You're going to need to take your inner fabric, and you should have cut the nicks according to the pattern. Align the elastic with the nicks, and to start off with, we're just going to sew over the top of the elastic to secure it in place. Turn the fabric around with the needle in place, and we're going to sew along the elastic. This is a bit tricky. You'll need to be aware of where the elastic is, so try and keep it as straight as possible, and you'll need to use your fingers to feel where it is between the fabric. As you get towards the end of the elastic, reach inside and just give it a bit of a pull. You might need to lift your foot up and pull it to the end of the fabric where the other nick is. Don't let go of the elastic until you sew over the end, otherwise you'll be trying to dig it out. Now turn your fabric back around, and you're going to sew a parallel line to create the gusset. And then you're going to do the same for the other side. And this is what it should look like with the gussets in. And now we're just going to neaten up that top edge and create a bit of a hem. You want to fold over the gussets so they're both facing towards the middle of the nappy. And just sew over the top edge. Once it's folded over about 1cm, just neaten it all up a bit. I should just point out I'd normally use black thread here for this black fabric, but I thought it'd be easier to use a contrasting thread so you can actually see where I've stitched. And now we're going to pin together the outer layer to the inner fabric. I strategically place my pins. You just pin wherever you feel comfortable, but do be careful not to pin towards the center of the nappy, as you will poke a hole through the PUL, and then your nappy will not be waterproof anymore. So just be careful of that. Once you get up to the gussets, I like to pin the gussets down and make sure that the gussets are, again, facing towards the centre of the nappy. Now we're going to sew around the edge of the nappy and remove the pins as you go. Start with the top of the nappy. I like to start around where the gussets start, and that leaves a good opening for the pocket. And just sew right around until you reach the next top gusset. And now we're going to add the back and the leg elastics. Again, you'll need to refer to the pattern to find out the exact placement of the elastics. I like to just secure the ends of the elastics rather than sew along the whole elastic. I find this makes it much easier to replace the elastics as they get worn. And this is what it should look like once you've secured one elastic. And now, with all the elastics attached, turn the nappy the right side out now, and we're going to top stitch around the nappy, starting again at the pocket opening. Just be really careful not to sew over that pocket opening. Once you get to the elastics, just sew around the elastics and pull the leg or the back elastic, wherever you're sewing. Make sure you pull it taut as you're sewing to avoid sewing over the elastic. You just want to create a casing around the elastic. And cut off those loose threads. And don't worry, we're just about finished the nappy now, just one more step to go. Now we're going to mark where the snaps need to go onto the tabs. On each side you're going to put on 2 studs, and on one side I like to put 2 sockets, just in case I need to make that nappy a bit tighter. Start off with snapping the sockets down, and then you'll need to change the die set so you're able to snap down the studs as well. And there you have it, the completed nappy. All finished. Woohoo! I hope you found that as easy as I probably made it look. And let me know how you go with your nappies. Bye for now.